Hey, welcome to Spitball Beer Review. I'm Jammer. And we're doing uh, Faubourg Brewing Company's premium lager. Um, it says the neighborhood beer of New Orleans. What's disappointing about this is that it used to be called Dixie. Dixie beer. Now, I don't care how you feel about, in general, what you think or what you feel about um, Dixie in general, the Confederate and C and all that kind of crap. That doesn't bother me, and it shouldn't bother anybody else because you weren't alive back in the day, and in general, it shouldn't be such a big deal. However, I will say, um, um, shit, messed up. I think in general, when you take something that has been known for something for so long, it's like Aunt Jemima syrup and Aunt Jemima pancake mix and so forth. I think it's pretty sad. Yes, at one time or another, it may have meant kind of a derogatory thing. It may have. However, been elevated or evolved from that. Dixie beer was just a southern beer. It was mostly a New Orleans tradition. It had nothing to do with much of anything else. And for it to uh, be considered anything more than that, it just cracks me up. Uh, I'm popping it in real quick because I jumped the gun and came on as quick as I did because I wanted to keep going. Yeah. This is a brew that's been there year in and year after, known as Dixie, and has been there for every Mardi Gras over the years that it's been open and available. It's been on the New Orleans streets, and it's been that brew that has been as lively and vibrant as Mardi Gras itself. I poured this in my glass, and it's come up nice and golden. Got a nice frothy head. It's like liquid gold. It's got a nice pillowy frothy head. It's just man. You talk about that white head. It's a sight to behold. It's something else. Um, Very nice. Very easy. If you look at it, it's nice and golden and everything. If you smell this beer, you would inhale. Well, I would say that you would be at the heart of the French Quarter, that kind of thing. It's a beer that's synonymous with Mardi Gras, synonymous with New Orleans. It is a beer that I'm glad when I visited New Orleans with Shag Dog and seen Ronald the Riot and did beer reviews with Ronald Riot, that we saw the neon lights that was shining so dang bright for Dixie Brewing, the Dixie beer, and I'm going to tell you right now, it is a shame, it is an atrocity that it has been named something else. Let's get beyond. I don't care what you say. It may have started off as this or started off as that, but in general, it's just a freaking name, people. My God. Anyway, it's got a Nice hint of floral hops. It's very intoxicating and makes me think of Cajun food and being near a Cajun kitchen. Yes, it's a very intoxicating. It's enough to make your nostrils do a line dance or in that regard. Anyway, I'm going to tell you right now. Let's get right to the taste. Um, all right, it's got notes of biscuity malt, bread crust, kind of mingles with a subtle sweetness, gentle hop bitterness. Yeah, it just dances along the tongue and like a Cajun fiddle, man. Let's be honest. Let's just be upfront and honest about it. It transports you to the land of Cajun food, the land of the Crescent City, man. It just is a very delicious, easy, smooth drinking beer. It's refreshing. It's as satisfying as beignet is dusted with powdered sugar, man. Yeah, I'm just amazed that you take a company, you take a beer that's been well established for years. Same thing with like a sports team, been established for years as this particular name, and you turn around and name it something else just because you are afraid of some the fringes of society, the minority of society. I don't care how big and vocal they get. They are a freaking minority of society. And you're whining and crying about it. I myself, I never looked at Aunt Jemima other than a woman who was making me something delicious. And I loved her. It's just like Mrs. Butterworth's. I didn't look at anything other than the fact that she had a nice sweet syrup that brought joy to me, when I ate my pancakes, Uncle Ben's, the rice was wonderful. I enjoyed it. I didn't look at it as Uncle Ben, the black man. I looked at it, Uncle Ben, as my uncle. He gave me this wonderful rice to eat with my dinner. I mean, get past what gets me about it is these things may have started off as being a derogatory thing. I don't think it ever intended to be a derogatory thing when they created it. I think they named it because people enjoyed the food or enjoyed the syrup or enjoyed the fact that that it was made by your aunt. And I think in general that's what people thought. But you got people who get fixated on it and make a big deal about it, and they are the freaking minority. That's what gets me about it. It's a freaking minority of people. And then you got these corporations that, we don't want to offend anybody. We don't want to do this. We are completely woke. We are this and we are that. We are completely against it. And you want to turn around, you don't see Jack Daniels trying to change their history. And the fact is that Jack Daniels probably got the recipe from a black man and probably used that recipe from the black man all these years. But they show that in their history. They show that the black man gave it. I don't know. You know, just the fact that we have to wonder, oh, what pronoun are you? Oh, fuck that shit. You know, what pronoun are you? Whatever. This beer, pretty decent, pretty easy to drink, very smooth, very delicious. I give it a B minus and a swarter, a swallow and a quarter. Like I said, it's very easy to drink. It's considered American lager. It's 4.8 ABV, 84 by the BA. Thanks for watching and everything. We're going to continue on with this beer review and drinking it. Very easy to drink, very delicious, very smooth. And so was it under the name of Dixie. It was the same way under the name of Dixie as it is Faubourg or whatever the fuck they want to call it. Yeah, I tell you, do you really think that your sales detrimented from the fact that it was called Dixie? I mean, compared to Faubourg, I can tell you right now, I'm not going out and buying a beer on a regular basis named Faubourg. Fucking idiots. If you had a beer that was named Dixie, okay, I'd go out and buy that beer, and I'd probably buy it on a regular basis if it was any good. And being that this is the beer Dixie, I would do that. I don't understand. As of today, 114-year-old Dixie beer has officially been rebranded as Faubourg Brewing, corresponding to objections to the lasting association of Dixie with the Confederacy during the Civil War. Freaking idiots. You bend over backwards and allow these idiots to fuck you over. Basically, bend you over backwards and just slap your, I would say slap your ass, but if you're bending over backwards, it'd be slapping your freaking little pisser of a cock, man. I mean, I don't know. This world is ridiculous. You're going to allow these people the power over, I don't know. I mean, first and foremost, so what if it had a relationship or association with the Confederacy in the sense that it's Dixie? Oh my God, it's transcended it by now, hasn't it? I mean, Aunt Jemima transcended the name Aunt Jemima. Like I said, anybody from my generation, anybody from that generation and on, should look at Aunt Jemima as the fact that this was a wonderful woman bringing joy into my life, bringing me pancakes and syrup. If you think of it in any other way, then you're thinking of it. I mean, her own family was upset with the fact that you decided, hey, let's change it and let's stop calling it Aunt Jemima. Let's start calling it, what is it, Pale River or Pale something? I don't know. Some stupid name that nobody cares. I mean, yeah. From that day forward, you know what I did? I stopped buying Aunt Jemima stuff, whether it was renamed or not. Paper Mill or whatever it's called. I changed. I said, the hell with it. I don't care for you. You bend over for these people for no reason at all. Aunt Jemima had transcended the fact that it might have been a derogatory term or a derogatory way of expressing. And it transcended that, and had been transformed into a lovely lady that made me pancakes and had it with syrup and everything like that. You changed it. You ruined it. Guess what? I stopped buying you after that. I don't buy you at all. And I appreciate the fact that I don't buy you anymore, because now I buy a company that is much better in quality, much better in flavor and everything like that. And I would have never really known that if it wasn't for the fact that you had to be so freaking woke that you decided to change your freaking name. So guess what? I became woke and decided I didn't want to buy from you. And I decided to buy from a company that was much... and by the amazement of... because I didn't think it could be much better than Aunt Jemima. I turned around and went with a company that's much better than Aunt Jemima. And I enjoy it much more now than I did before. So thank you for that. You turned around and decided to get woke, and I turned around and decided I wasn't going to go broke buying your shit. And I bought something at a better price, better quality, better flavor, and didn't support the freaking wokeness that you supported. So guess what? You lose out. And I'm sure there's other people like me that doing the same thing. An angel smile is what you sell. You promised me heaven, then put me through hell. Then got a hold on me with the passions of prison. You can't break free. Oh, you're a loaded gun. Oh, there's nowhere to run. No one can save me the damage you've done. Hey, has anybody out there seen the Bon Jovi special on Netflix? I don't know if it's Netflix or not, but seen it? I didn't realize how bad off John Bon Jovi was when it come to his voice, but man, you talk about certain individuals from the rock legend. I mean, look at Huey Lewis. He has problems due to his hearing, and you got John Bon Jovi has problems with his throat. Hey, PA Brew News, what you got there, buddy? Never heard this one before. That's the crazy thing about it, PA. It's Dixie beer. It's Dixie beer from Louisiana. They changed their name because they became all woke, and they changed their name to Faubourg or whatever you want to call it. Became little bent over people. Allow the small population of woke people to screw them, basically. It's a disappointment. That's what it is. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Darling, you give love a bad name. Play my part, you play your game. You give love a bad name. You give love a bad name. Alright, I'm going to finish this beer. I think I gave my grade already, didn't I? Hopefully I did. did get on the soapbox. And that is a term that most people won't pick up today because it is an ancient term, soapbox. It refers back to the day when there was people that used to have transport soap in these crates, these boxes. And so they'd get rid of the soap and they'd flip the box over and they'd stand on the box or the crate, whatever you want to call it. And then they would preach or they would say whatever they wanted to say. It's terrible how nobody knows their history anymore. It's terrible. She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses and a boyfriend too. It's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard. And I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. And I'm free. Free falling. Yeah, I'm free. Free falling. All right, people. All right, let's finish this up and move on. A lot of lacing. The beer in general, it's Dixie beer. Pretty tasty, easy to drink. It has a much more richer history than what you're trying to rewrite it as. And as far as the company goes, I have to tell you, I think y'all suck. Because you didn't live didn't stick to your guns, man. 4.8 ABV. All right, moving on. I hate people. You know, the thing about it is, I know myself. That if I was any other color, if I was any other sexual orientation, I don't think I would be I wouldn't be pushing for it to change. I wouldn't be pushing for companies to change the name. I wouldn't be pushing for companies to change their views. I don't think I would. Because if I was any other color or any other sex, I would turn around and just appreciate companies that decided that they wanted to support or be a part. I wouldn't care about historical companies and their names and so forth. I wouldn't be all up in their grill about it. I don't know. It just is what it is, I guess. I say that people just don't appreciate things, you know. They want to rewrite history over and over again. They don't know their history, but let's rewrite it. I don't know our history, but let's rewrite it, you know. Let's just rewrite the fact that You know, World War II, we did all these wonderful things. At the same time, we did a lot of crappy things. Let's face it, America in World War II did a lot of wonderful stuff, but America did a lot of crappy stuff too. I mean, they imprisoned lots of Japanese Americans during that time period, and I don't understand why. I do understand why. I'm sorry. I like the way your sparkling earrings lay against your skin so brown. I understand why they did what they did back in the day to a degree. I also am ashamed of it because I'm thinking to myself, you're America, you know. You're supposed to believe in these lofty goals and these lofty aspirations. And yet you did these things. But then again, I think to myself, right now, today, a lot of these people who would push and would strive and protest for America to give up on these different aspects of its heritage and turn around. But yet, here we are. Here we are. We are doing business with one of the biggest countries for personal, basically, you talk about the humanity. They have done so many things against humanity, in the sense of as humanity against the sense of freedom, human rights in general. Been basically squashed human rights, squashed human freedoms, squashed the whole attitude that a human being is important. Basically belittled and basically put these restrictions on, oh, if you have a boy or a girl, sex-wise, you have to have this one aborted, or you have to kill this one, and you can only have so many kids, and they have to be this sex or whatever like that. I mean, you're talking about a country that has imposed its will upon its people drastically, horrifically, and yet let's don't preach about that. Let's continue to do business with them. Let's continue to do all. If you, as an American, believe in anything like freedom and justice and honor and integrity, if you believe in anything that is concerning humanity, these lofty goals that is considered American in regard, then why are we doing business with China? Why are we doing business with Russia? Why are we doing business with any of these countries that oppresses human freedoms, human spirit, human ability to have freedom? Why are we suppressing any of that? Why are we allowing our companies and people to do business with countries like this? If you believe in anything that is American, if America believes in what it is and what it supposedly believes in, then we should not be doing business with any country that oppresses the human freedom or human ability and whatsoever. I mean, I don't care. We should not be doing business with them. All right, I'm done. I've been preaching for the last 20 minutes. All right, thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and sharing. We'll see you on the next one, guys. I'm Jammer. Spitter Swallow Beer Review.